they've come to terms with it and everyone's okay with it, because then we can work on the mental and we can have a much better attitude and hopefully a better performance going into those play-ins.
Yeah, and I just want to see them be decisive in whatever game plan they like to play. We did not see them be very decisive in that first game, and that's a big reason why I'm very downtrodden about their prospects moving forward. They need to at least get on the same page, you know, make plays as a team, lose as a team. It's okay. It's whatever. You have to do something. And it starts here. It can start here. You can create a spark. Remember, they did beat IG last time these teams faced off. These are very, very different teams from all those weeks ago. So you're into the bans. Already seeing Unara taken out again. A lot of these bans very, very similar to the first game. Rumble's still available, though.
Oh, is it Rumble in the jungle time? Is that one back?
It's Rumble for Sheer, bro. This team has won 5 games all year. Sheer has won 4 games of Rumble. Just give him the Rumble. And consequences be damned, please.
Why are we first picking? Okay, I've been out of touch. I'm out.
Oh,
of
this champion's a great first pick.
Of the song. But is it not just how it always is? The Xin Zhao, like Wukong, Jarvan, they're all like the same character, even like to an extent. Like, oh,
there's a couple of differences, but one difference we're going to see is Sheer not going to be getting that Rumble. We're going to see that Rumble go to TheShy. We're going to see a Poppy get locked in as well. Try to shut down whatever IYY wants to do.
God, I mean, it's already go. The Poppy, I'm a long-standing Poppy lover. Hey, I said I main Shen earlier, but there's a big difference in the win rate between the characters I want to play and Poppy, because she's kind of a bit bonkers. At least up in top lane. I think that she's had a little nerf to her base damage in semi-recent history that has definitely hurt. But at the end of the day, like, even if she's like she's weak as a champion, you know, like the damage is low, tank, like the utility of just like W of Steadfast Presence, that's crazy. And the benefit for her is that a lot of the time, you also get to have huge damage, huge stats, huge lane power as well. If you have this now up against the Xin Zhao, all Xin Zhao does is press E. Not anymore, he doesn't. So it's not looking great for IYY already. And it's very hard to have a bad lane for Poppy. The Gwen is admittedly not a great one, but you can still play it safe, and there's still always the possibility of throwing Poppy down into that bot lane as well. Just if you have a reasonable possibility, you can flex your support to R5 and just see what it is that JiaQi and Jwei end up picking up.
I love this aggressive look coming out from FPX. I just wonder if this Poppy is going to shut down anything they want to do early, because Xin Zhao and Corki, very, very potent duo. I do want to see what they want to pair him up with. We already see the Sylas getting banned. It was definitely a champion that I thought might have been potentially on the table here. I do wonder if we're going to see a Nautilus ban come through. I think that you just need some point and click for the Azir, and then something to give you some snap and engage, right? Get this Corgi, get this Xin Zhao on top of these members that might not have as much HP. Try to get some kills and run the game from there.
I mean, the good news for IG here is, yeah, you want snap engage, you want something like the Ornn. You're not getting that into a Rumble. I'm trying to remember what the super secret Rumble pocket counter is. Is it Warwick, I think it was, that LS always used to talk about, that was like, you actually can't lose that lane. I can't remember. I don't think Warwick's going to fit into this, but I remember there are some like secret Rumble counters. With the Rumble being the secret Rakan counter, but Rakan off the table, obviously, here in this Fearless draft. But you are right that, yeah, we want like snap engage, and it's kind of pretty easy for IG to deal with it right now, because, you know, Rumble disengage is pretty goated, and then there's Poppy and Azir. We've locked in the Lucian, so an aggressive support is intended, and that's interesting because, you know, if FPX picks something aggressive as well, if they were to go for, I'd say, like the Alistair or Rel, neither are available, but, you know, humor me, you just send the Poppy down bot and we take a different jungler, and or you even take a different top laner and send the Rumble into jungle. If they pick like a poke support or something, someone who's trying to scale, then you take the Nautilus for yourself and you bomb it straight on in. What has happened here? Is that Xin Zhao mid?
Bro, I don't know what's going on.
It's Ekko jungle. I'm being dumb.
Are we sure? It could be.
Or is it Gwen jungle?
It could be Ekko mid. I have no idea what the heck is going on here. But we are finally seeing something different come out from FPX.
Okay.
They are finally throwing curveballs into the equation. We have an Ekko locked in, and they have not stopped the draft. They are playing Ekko.
Okay.
If I had an Ekko if I had a button that was like emergency, get everybody on the LPL broadcast here and see this, I'd be slamming it right now.
It's Xin ADC. I've figured it out. It's Ekko jungle. It's Xin AD. It's Corki mid. Xin out Nautilus, goated lane. Imagine. I don't think. From what we've seen last game.
I don't know at this point.
Okay, it's Corki bot. Is it Gwen jungle? Is it Guangu or is it? Yeah. I was praying for I'd say Xin mid, and I'm like 3 years out of date on this. But Xin mid is a bit slept on as an anti-assassin pick. Just throwing that one out there. Someone plays Zed, you just win the fight. I don't know what to tell you. It's sick. Will not be happening today. Azir versus Ekko is an interesting one. I don't need Yanni. I need Yanni. There's a which is, I think he's Dutch, or maybe Danish, like mid lane ERL Ekko mastermind that knows like the breakpoints for literally everything on him. I need that guy. Yep. It's been a while since we spoke. I'll find the DMs. But I want to say that you just get pushed in pretty early as versus Azir. It used to be that like. It was like level 7 with all of your dematerializers. You could start one-hitting waves if you had like 2 books or a revolver or something. But we don't have demats anymore, and the builds have changed. Presumably, there is a point where you can very quickly and easily clear the waves as the Ekko. But if we look to the rest of the map, you know, if we're not too invested just in that mid lane specifically, because we'll get pushed in, that's fine. The team fight angle is pretty strong here, you know, for this here Ekko. If you have the Nautilus is the primary engage, the Xin follows up, and then they're stuck in the Ekko W. So there's a lot of total duration of CC. There has to be a specific order. You know, the Ekko can't really go first unless you have a goated flank or, you know, a very good vision control. But if you get that sequence, there's like Naut, Xin, Ekko, it's gonna be hard to lose a team fight. And crucially, you're locking everyone down for like 5 seconds. Your Gwen's not here. She's out. She's pushing the side lane, and you've still managed to like get a kill in that team fight and then get out.
We have Ekko mid lane. We've got Hail of Blades, Ekko mid lane.
The Hail.
Take a look at the summoners here. Taking a look. We have Exhaust up on this Gwen. Nothing too surprising over on the other side here for IG. The one concern I have about this Ekko is that, you know, it doesn't really play fantastically into the Poppy, right? The phase dive can just get blocked out by the Steadfast Presence. It's another one of those dashes that gets stuffed, but again, I'm just happy that FPX are giving us a different look.
Technically this is correct, but the way that the Ekko is usually playing the fight is you're leading with the W, and then you engage with this, but you should never be close enough to the Poppy to actually E into her W. Does Care have a 6 strat here? Is he just going to E in and then Halo Blades like a madman? Because you don't really want to do that without your W skilled. Actually, no, the W is only once they're below half, so you can do it level 1. But, oh my god, that is the strat. Even the third one. Hey! Huge damage. That's, it's actually not that much. Yeah, he took a lot of exit damage on the way out there. But the principle has been demonstrated. But, yeah, so what I was saying is you're not actually going to be close to the Poppy, but you're going to teleport in, get over the Steadfast Presence, and then hopefully you proc your passive and you use the move speeds to move around and get out of range so that you can E back in again without getting hit. So it should be safe, but that also is assuming that you don't get, you know, stunned or ulted, which is a very real possibility.
FPX have decided to turn to the 100% win rate champion, as you saw lower third just a couple moments ago, and it's good burst damage that'll come out, but do you take a lot back from these minions? You have the range. We do have a little bit of a scrum in the bottom lane, but Brahm's shield is just going to block all that, get a stun back. It's the stock standard combo. Carrot did hit level 3, though, so he's looking to kill a rookie here. He's not going to be able to close out.
Oh my god. Ker's been cutting it a little close. He had not been touching his potions for a while. Jwei is spotted out and actually just forced out of his own jungle. Is he going to be able to smite that one away? Do you have it? Oh, you're not going to get that. Ivy picks it up, and the little Krugs as well. And now you can just engage.
Yep, Shear's going to go over the wall. Nice flash, plus the charge into the wall. They're going to be able to pick up first blood onto Jwei. Going to look for IYY next. Jwei is in trouble. He'll flash over the wall. He survives. He survives. TheShy and Jwei making plays. And IG up early once again.
That's a rough one. You like the idea. You respect where it came from. We're trying things. The coordination's just not quite there. And Sheer not having flash to be able to follow in too much as well. I don't know if the exhaust was perfectly dropped. Okay, I want to watch it back. I want to get a real good view of this. Should know. I think Sheer had the potion. Maybe that could have helped. Because right now Sheer's just taking a lot of damage. Instantly gets comboed. And yeah, you see the exhaust doesn't do anything. It just blocks the damage from like 2 autos from TheShy. And it's not really enough. Ivy actually getting deviously body blocked by TheShy there, which really does help. And unfortunately, it's just not quite there. We'll see how devastating that ends up being, because that is 2 kills going on over, and you do want your Xin to be your early guy. But I like that they tried. We've blown a lot of summoners. We can give it another go.
With a win, IG will lock their top 4 spot. So already a great start in game 2 after how fantastic game 1 went. Imagine we'll start to see much of the same. You're going to see a full engagement here out of the bot lane because Jwei is sprinting down here. He's going to try to shove JiaQi into the wall. Not quite get there. JiaQi very low on HP.
Was he aiming for JiaQi? I thought he was aiming for Jwei to get the stun. Especially as Jwei had just flashed out, I think. I thought he wanted that final proc of the Braum passive and see if they could burst that one down. Unfortunately, we get neither. And actually, yeah, JiaQi is allowed to pick up all of those CS as well. Both bot lane will reset. Nobody going to have any devious amounts of wave control there, as Care unfortunately couldn't get what he wanted in the early stages. And now we're starting to see is you just get a few more levels. That's more attack speed. It's more base damage on the Sand Soldiers. And it's getting a little harder for Care to push the wave. Or maybe it's not. He's getting good trades.
He is
he's
level
hit
6. Yep, I'm going to all-in Rookie here. He got a little bit of damage down, but... not all that much. He did keep the ultimate in the back pocket. He has not ranked it up yet.
He's doing the thing. He's doing the thing where you hide the ghost.
Big
and you saw
Ekko
that Rookie was walking into him. It's like, ooh, you don't want to be walking after that that Ekko. Oh, gotta be careful here. Oh, he might need it. Oh, devious. He knows he's safe and can clear out the wave and reset. That will give up a little bit of vision control around the Drake, maybe. I thought that Meiko was gonna walk on down there and try and secure some vision, but actually he's going to the other side of the map alongside Jwei. This could be a bit of a generational read here.
Yeah, this would be pretty big. See if they're able to actually get anything going on it. We see multiple members of IG drifting toward that bottom side, recognizing, they got 2 in the top lane. This should be pretty free on the bot side. Gala should be able to play safe into Sheer, as we know that Lucian, one of the few AD carries that has been known to solo lane once in a while. I love what we're going to try to do here to TheShy. The wave is not in yet, and the second wave is coming too.
He has the ult to just clear the wave. And the TP's committed as well. That's kind of a lot.
Yeah, we're committing Meiko TP here.
Oh, it's the Braum TP.
It's a spellbook Braum. Yippee.
Okay. That's a freebie. I don't even know if it was necessary once the ult was committed, but at the end of the day, now he's not stealing XP away from his Lucian. There could actually be a play here. Meiko might be looking to hit a flash ult if there's... we're actually not close to 6 as well. We've only just hit 5. So no option there. But don't forget, when you overheat on the Rumble, you do get an attack speed boost. It can very quickly turn... Oh, hang on. Oh,
okay, Care
nice
will be able to drop his ultimate, so it's just an ult trade coming through. But with that Chrono breakdown, does make life a lot harder on this melee champion.
I'll say as well, I'm liking the Ekko so far because a lot of, playing any melee versus range champion is... Oh, that's what you hate to see right there.
Oh, no.
Was that the thing? Was that the thing that you needed to have, 1 stack on your Dark Seal or something? That sounds familiar. But when you're playing melee versus range, a very big part of it is, you're going to go in, you're going to burst them, and then you're going to take damage on the way out. And a lot of people can get scared in this process. They don't go in early enough and they get poked out, or when they go in, they start taking damage on the way out and they panic. And we're not seeing that from Care at all. He's getting relatively low, in some of these trades, but he knows that I'm going to go in, I'm going to hit my Q, my E, my 3 autos, I'm going to use my shield appropriately, even if I don't get the stun. And so clearly he's comfortable on this character, he's comfortable in this matchup, so I'm excited to see what he can do later on. Even the Hail of Blades, like that's a more advanced level of tech for an Ekko player. You know, you think
I love this.
The average guy's just
try to attack Care again. He's going to take a lot of damage. His teleport's not up yet, which means we'll have the man advantage. FPX does need to do something up here while they have IYY not on vision either. So it looks like he's just going to go in for Meiko here. Not going to get a whole lot. He'll get stunned on the back end. Culling not going to land. Hook goes down, and they're going all in, and they manage to take out Gala. Meiko trying to fade down to get to Jwei. Flash hop away. Hammer 2. The man advantage to FPX.
Okay, they get the 1. Keep an eye on the bot side, though. TheShy has ulted to clear the wave, and I think his teleport's coming up to maybe make his way up to the top side there. He really wants that proxy. Is he just going to walk? I don't know. He's hit a generational proxy down on bot lane. He's now moving up top. We'll see if he gets here in time, as 2 grubs are taken, and the 3rd one should be going on over. Yeah, no smite there. And now actually just an engage from FPX. Okay.
Jwei said we have the man advantage, but that Emperor's Divide kept them away along with the steadfast presence. Can FPX chase? Teleporter coming in. TheShy is on the backside here. But as you mentioned, does not have that equalizer, so we'll just be able to walk it out.
Okay, good pickups from FPX here once again. Everyone's backing off here. I was thinking there's a world where, you know, we've won the fight a little bit. Nobody's died, but we've taken good trades. And they just stick around and go for some plates. But with Rookie having teleport, that could have been a bit risky. So they say, okay, we'll just accept that we've used Sheer's teleport for not a lot of gain, but we've gotten all of the grubs. They've sort of overheated a little bit, you know, as they go too far. You probably didn't need the TP from the Gwen, but we tried. That's okay. It's fine. And all in all, it's still a positive experience for the FPX side in that fight, which is something we love to see.
Yeah, they're trying to do things. They look much better in this game in a sense that they have a sense of direction of how they want to play the game. Get these grubs. Make sure that Sheer on a side lane later on is going to be an absolute menace. Be a very fed Gwen, and if he gets any alone time on these turrets, he'll be able to knock them down. I'm going to be honest, not quite sure of the split push Ekko prowess and to either this top laner or this mid laner for the side of IG. Not really sure how that one's going to work out, Docda.
Dude, it works out okay.
Okay.
The problem might always be, again, you could well be against the Azir or against the Rumble, someone who's just going to one-hit your wave. But Ekko moves pretty quickly. He has long range on his wave clear. Even if he doesn't, you know, oh, you hate it. If he doesn't one-hit the wave, still just clearing out the casters and then running. He's just pretty mobile. He can enter a fight from further away than others as well, just by the nature of the range of his W. And, you know, once you get some items under that belt, you do have a fair bit of kill potential. You're not going to 100-0 someone, but if they misstep, you're taking 60% of their health, and then they have to reset. Even though you don't kill them, you effectively kill them, because you're going to get them next time. Jwei, what are we doing? Let's be the raw aura of this one. He does let them know a little bit. Lose some vision there, and we have to get ourselves ready for this Drake spawning up in just 15 seconds.
Yeah, he delayed their recalls, so IG are going to be late to this. Meiko does not have that teleport. Remember, he used it a little bit earlier, so he's going to take a long walk here. We do see Jwei showing up to this bot side, slamming Care up against the wall. Try to do whatever you can to cause problems for this Ekko. Very low on HP, no teleport. I wonder if he's just going to use the ultimate to get back quickly and maybe fight for the striker.
Yeah, I was wondering. I don't think he has to. You know, the fight's not that urgent. You can see he hasn't popped that one. He is just going to walk back because we're not on the objective yet. And big engage.
Yeah, Meiko walking a little bit too close. Has a big triple knock up there. Keeper's Verdict goes down to knock JiaQi out of the fight. Now we're going to turn on to IYY. Gala trying to dash away from him. Culling starting to hit. Jwei helping him out a little bit. Says, don't worry. Your aim's a little off, but I got you, buddy.
And that's going to be the 3rd and final kill. So 1 feat will eventually go on over 12 minutes in. Picked up. Worth noting, Jwei doesn't have the ult. That one's pretty important when it comes to defending your Drakes. But
the aura.
Shit. He gets out fine, but it's not going to matter. No one's going to contest that there, Drake. I will say, do not I mean, again, it's been a while. Maybe things have changed. I've never really been a massive fan of Sunder on Poppy jungle. Because I'm like, it's expensive and you fall off quick and really you should be turning into a tank. But we've seen, like, if you're using it in the way that Jwei just did, where you're playing aggressive, you're making that pick. Again, he doesn't kill Care, but for the same reasons I just outlined, you force him to recall. That's basically a kill. And so we are getting the early spike coming on out from Jwei. He is using his power right now. Will be falling off damage-wise later. And so when you get to like 2 items, also at 3, really at 3 items is when that starts being completely useless. And you're like, well, I'd rather just have a 3rd tank item. But that Jwei has to be a little careful. Stunned up, but might just be able to walk out and heal up a nice amount.
Uh-oh. Here we go. JiaQi, you know he wants to get over that wall, but it looks like he'll think better of it. Kara wants a little bit more. I think Jwei hooked. I don't know if Jwei hooked the wall there, if that was just a weird animation, but nothing doing in the end here is FPX not able to convert and try to get Jwei's shut down. We have a Rift Herald coming up in about a minute, and with 3 grubs, you have to think that FPX are going to put a very high priority on this. I just wonder if they have the early game power to be able to match. The Trinity Force on Corki is pretty big.
Getting a Herald is huge for both teams. Oh, JiaQi, you gotta be careful there.
This is good. JiaQi sidestepping. Ooh. He's exhausted though, which is why they're not able to get the kill on Meiko. Now Jwei's on top of him. Shortkeeper's verdict culling with the fadeaway, getting the job done. As IYY walks up just to run away. Rookie coming in from the side, knocked away by the Crescent Guard. IYY trying to flash away with a nice sidestep, but Gala will flash forward and take him out.
I think you don't defensively flash there. There's a world where IYY could flash in onto Meiko to finish him off really quickly, maybe ult and run away, but he doesn't get it. TheShy sees this teleport coming and will be teleporting out himself. Good teleport means that, you know, the turret does not go down. That's pretty crucial because that would be the first blood there, the first break. And yeah, I thought that, so with that going on, maybe Shea could actually pick up turret in top lane, but yeah, it looks like we'll find out exactly what happened there as he just gets absolutely rumbled, literally and figuratively. A very late exhaust. We're face tanking the overheat, the equalizer, and the, you know, danger zone Q as well. I like the ult from here just to zone Gala out, and you think, well, let's just drop it on the guy that we can hit the Braum. It almost works. If you ult the Meiko there, it's definitely a kill, but I understand the vision of ulting Gala. This is the part where I'm thinking that IYY could have just flashed onto Meiko before the, whatever it's called, the Celestial thingamajig comes back up. But he doesn't get it done, and then we're using the, I guess it's the same as last game. We're using the flash to get out when we kind of need to hold on to it to get in. I cannot hear you. I don't know if that's a me issue or not. Where's my audio going? It wasn't a me issue. Let's go.
Okay, that was not a me issue. That was definitely a me issue. Care having a little bit of troubles here up on the top side. Rift Herald going to get a drop down here. It's a bit of an aggressive Herald. We're not going to use it to take control for any dragons. Kara drops the ultimate down. That Chrono Break will be used. We're going to try to turn on TheShy here and land the stun. It's just outside of it, but that turret is still standing. It's
TheShy!
Damage, and TheShy in the 2v1 gets the job done. Now look at the mid lane as Gala and Meiko are taking JiaQi and Jwei to school. JiaQi able to get one on the backside, but he's able to trade out. There's fighting everywhere. And in the end, IG get an ace.
Well, we got an ace in 3 lanes. 15 minutes. What has happened up there? Oh god, I thought it was a bit of a keen use of the Herald, but we want to try force down a turret. That's fine. Unfortunately, Care just can't get the stun landing. TheShy just outside the range. TheShy doing a great job as well to take the opportunity whilst IYY is stuck in the Herald. Like, okay, and also whilst he's deploying it and all this, to chunk out Care, because if Care's healthy going into that exchange, it's not going to work. So you'll see here, we can get it all in glorious action. Taking the time just gets Care nice and low. Care wasting the shield a little bit. And once IY turns up, you see, TheShy, he just goes right in. It's like, okay, this is my chance to flash in, get rid of that guy. Doesn't matter if we kill him or not. I just need him low and running away. If TheShy is knocked up, or he's stunned in the knock up there, he's just dead. It's a turret going over and 2 people living, but he's just out of range, so he'll survive. Meanwhile, over on the mid lane, I like the vision from Jwei once again, but Braum is doing a little bit too much. The stun comes out, and Meiko knows full well all he has to do is just stay close, keep that stun on top, and Gala will come through. It's a big shutdown secured, so that one is actually slightly in favor of FPX, but then because we've won the 1v2 up in top lane, of course we can win the 2v1 down bot as well. Maybe if we get the empowered Q off there, there's a world where Shear's pulling something out, but ultimately you're stuck against a wall and another wall versus a Poppy. Never where you want to be.
Hang on.
Oh, big
down.
W.
Here comes Ultimate Auto Rookie. They managed to find
back
a
off.
way. Okay, FPX. Culling going down here. The health bars are getting low. The equalizer, they can't walk back. They're walking through it and getting burnt alive. IYY and Care can't get in. TheShy with a wonderful equalizer there. This guy has been so insane this game, Docda, from that play up in the top lane to that equalizer there. And honestly, bro, if you want to play like that guy, you can take the opportunity to learn from the pros themselves. Whatever your rank, the best way to start climbing now, you schedule a coaching session at prodiv.gg. You can work one-on-one with an active or recent player in the NACL, ERLs, or LTA that'll teach you to play like a pro, just like TheShy. Get personalized coaching for the pros today at prodiv.gg using code LPL10 to get 10% off and support our broadcast.
Is TheShy on there? Can we get...
TheShy is not on there.
Can we get him? We don't have that one? We have better. Surely we have close enough. As that was just a generational ult.
We have TheShy at home.
No, I want this one, bro. Oh,
hey,
God.
listen, TheShy at home is still pretty good, I'm sure.
Still pretty good. Like, yeah, there's layers that, like... Because let's be honest, when Mum says we have burger at home, like, the burger's still good. It's just not the fast food you're looking for. TheShy's pretty good. Like, so... You know, even something 90% as good as TheShy is still really good. Yeah, there's layers to the game here. But that was proof of concept, right? We saw the Nautilus engage, and then Xinzao goes, and there's a big W from Care. It only turns into 1 kill, but that's fine. We overstep a little bit, but then it's okay. FPX will back off. It's just, unfortunately, TheShy's the GOAT, and just completely decimated the team. Maybe if we just firmed it and took just accepted our fate and took a bit of damage from the equalizer, it could have gone a bit better. But ultimately, it was just a 1-for-1. Unfortunately for FPX, though, IG have gained themselves a fair bit of control with their 5-kill rumble up on this top side, and they have gotten themselves their Atakan. And the Atakan buff with a rumble in the team fight, that's a bit of a scary one.
Doom looms for FPX here. It is quite a large gold lead. They hung around a lot more in this game than they did in game 1, Docda, but here in game 2, I don't know if it's the same. And you know what? The good news is, like we said earlier, at least FPX has shown us a little bit of something, right? Their early game, I like the way that they made some of these early plays. We're going to see them try to make another play in the mid lane here. Going to immediately blow up Rookie. All right, you see? They're being decisive.
That's fine. And again, like, the W from Care from the... Oh, don't rehook in. No, you've had your chance. You had a good time.
TheShy is space gliding on Rumble right now. I don't think I've ever seen that before. The question is, I don't know if they can change it. Dude, he's just dodging everything, man. Whoa. He's not going to dodge the needlework, though. That did a lot of damage. He's got to get out of there.
Okay, he's a little low. It is always nice when you're against the equalizer to have Gwen W and Xinzao ult. That's going to get you a fair bit of help save. And it does make sure that nobody dies on the FPX side there. The re-engage is a bit sketchy, but again, like... Okay, I'm a bit worried because I feel like most times FPX make a good play, they then go a little bit too far, and it hasn't gone horribly wrong for them yet. But that's yet, you know? It could well be the case that at the Baron play is when it all goes wrong or something like that. And that's not what you want to see because, again, we're doing good. Essentially, they're making the 10 out of 10 play, and then they're like losing like 2 points at the end, and we could just keep it at the 10, that's fine. But you are seeing, again, the effect of the Ekko there, wherein the W is just a nice zoning tool. As he manages to get the stun and the shield, I can walk his way on out. He still has the ult, I think. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't drop it on Rookie's head earlier because you have to know you're not going to win that fight. I mean, the goal difference is just too great.
I don't know exactly what happened there. He did have the flash. I mean, the Ryalize is putting a lot of work in. Maybe he was just waiting for the E to come back up. That's what I was waiting for. I'm a little slightly confused. Well, no, I'm not. The Hail of Blades was for lane. I was wondering if he went Hail of Blades, so maybe this is like a Nash's Tooth kind of game instead. but I think the Halo Blaze was just for lane, and now we can go for the nice bursty burst assassin build instead.
JiaQi getting stuffed there by Steadfast Presence. Knockup is going to go down on the Gala, that depth charge, which means Jwei will be able to escape. But, I mean, IYY was just shoved out of his jungle by TheShy. They are in dire straits, FPX. 50 seconds until this next dragon is up. That would be Soul, Chemtech Soul for IG, which would, I think, put a nice bow on this game.
It didn't really amount to anything there. I would like to note that Meiko's going crazy with it. He's blocking basically everything in these fights, and there's so many just good Qs coming out where a lot of the time you just want to throw the Q at the first guy or just get your stun out as quick as possible, and Meiko is truly respecting the value of the zoning effects of having multiple stacks of Brawn passive but not 4, and layering CC. You know, you saw it at the fight that he just takes a little step around the side, throws out that Q, hits the slow onto I believe it was onto JiaQi, but he's just very comfortable on min-maxing as much as possible with this Braum, and that can get you so much. That's what separates, you know, the Meiko Braum versus the Bronze Solo Queue Braum, and a lot of other things, admittedly, but it's just a treat to watch. You know, when someone is getting the full limits of their champion, we can see what those are, but seeing someone actually do it in real time is pretty nice. As IYY, big block.
Oh no. Yeah, IYY just can't get in there. And now he's going to get equalized right on top of his head. He's going to flash away from Meiko. As that is Chemtech Soul secured for IG. Again, they've just had total control. There was a couple of moments where maybe you thought FPX had a shot, but it's looking increasingly grim. Exhaust down on a care. He's smacked up against the wall. And Jwei will find his man.
It happened. He E'd into the Steadfast Presence. You were right. Oh, okay, I got knocked up on that one. I don't know how he got all the way to the other side of the fight, but he goes on down, and this is the scary part. Have we done it? Is this the moment where we've slightly overstepped a bit too far with the re-engage and now potentially thrown Baron? IYY, no flash, no health bar. Not really a lot of ways to get into that Baron. Sheer does have teleport. Care will have it on spawn.
Run!
But
Run, IYY, run! IYY, no!
Ooh, it's a horror. The Baron is picked up as well. TheShy gets the solo. I'll say TheShy did a great job with the Dragon as well. See, he got a pretty much perfect equalizer and waits for, I think in Fog, exactly when the Xin Zhao ult will end to make sure that he can get all the damage coming on through there. It's here, it's like, we're out. It's okay, we're good. Jwei's just a little bit too keen with that hook. And then Sheer, if Sheer goes a slightly different angle, he's not going straight into the, whatchamacallit, into the Steadfast Presence, but he straight lines it. There's no two ways around it, and so he can't punish the slow coming out from that there Ekko either. Bit of a disaster. The Baron is picked up. That's going to make these side lanes very difficult.
IG has done this against many teams, not just FPX in this particular series. They have played very, very well here in Split 3. They have finally appeared to become the super team that we all thought they would be. From the moment we saw this team in Split 1, everybody is just playing so well. Jwei has had a great game. They're looking to wrap a bow on it. Here we go. Sheer coming from the backside. Big knockups coming through. FPX is starting to get good damage out. Jwei's going to fall. Gala's still alive on the backside, and he survives that entire onslaught. He cleans up the back. TheShy cleans up the front, and IG clean up FPX.
Again, the concept was there. We have the big W, but unfortunately, TheShy is too strong. IG are too strong, and they're able to just firm it and walk their way through the team fight. The concept was there, and I respect FPS because they tried it on that one. In last game, they would not have tried that team fight. This time around, they gave it a go. It's just a little bit too late, but ultimately, you know, up until the last 5 minutes, it was a significantly closer game and a much better showing from them, but unfortunately they do still end up 1-11, and IG continue their dominant run.
They have been so good. They have now cleansed themselves from their earlier loss to FPX. They have now locked a top 4 spot. I don't think we were particularly surprised, given the fact that AL were on their heels a little bit, but Weibo sitting at 5 and 6 really wasn't going to be too much threat to one of IG's spots. And for them, it's just continuing this momentum into the playoffs. They do have 3 more games to play. One against Weibo. It's a good test for Weibo. One against Team WE on Tuesday. That should be a pretty big win. And then on Thursday, because we had some poor weather that canceled what would have been an earlier match between IG and BLG, they will go at it on the last day of the season for what is probably not going to amount to anything more than just bragging rights. I'm not entirely sure. Don't do math on the cast. I think maybe they could get number 2. IG could take that away from them.
Yeah,
but
so IG,
it'll be a fun game,
so
that's for sure.
is that IG versus Billy? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be on the 28th on Thursday. Yeah, I think IG would definitely have a shot to be able to dethrone BLG for the second seed if it came down to it.
They're only one loss off. They're Billy are 9-3 and IG are now 8-3. So depending on how Billy's games go in the interim, they have no games in the interim. I see.
They do have FPX, which honestly, your statement is not false. You know, they do have FPX on Monday.
Another week.
Yeah, it's you know, it might not be so good. The good news is for FPX, as you and I were hoping to see, they gave us a little bit more in this game. Is it anything to be super encouraged about? I don't know about that. If you're an FPX fan, it seems kind of doomed.
Look, I'm encouraged by it. Admittedly, I just got here. Like, I have seen 2 FPX games, and I say to myself, hey, they've figured it out. They did it. Okay, guys, good luck for the rest of the season. And it's, the season ends in like a week. It took a while to get to this point, but I thought it looked good. You know, from my relatively novel perspective, I thought it looked okay.
It was pretty rough. You know, game one was a travesty. But hey, you know what? They can build off of what they did in the early game. I don't know, man. It seems tough. Again, you know, we see the teams that they have to go up against, right? You know, they have 2 more matches. It's against BLG and it's against Top Esports, do FPX. And maybe they find the secret sauce between now and then that they get. You know, they learn a little bit more against IG. They take a couple days. They go into the workshop. You know, they're Tony Stark in a cave with scraps. And they go and they play against BLG. And they learn some more. And they play against Top Esports. And they don't play until the play-ins. And then they go and they face NIP or EDG. And they say, we're not the same FPX from before. We have been through the fire. We are reborn through the ashes. And we will get out of the play-ins. I don't think that's going to happen. But we can dream. And if you're IG, everything's a dream right now. You are living the life at 8-3, comfortably in 3rd, looking like one of the top teams in the league. And, you know, it feels like almost a formality at this point, Docda, that this team could get to Worlds.
I mean, it's pretty locked if you ask me, looking at that one. That's a team of 5
nothing is
people
locked
who
in
are
the
just
LPL.
goated.
They still gotta win, bro. They still gotta win in playoffs. Nothing is guaranteed here.
We're sending a lot of guys, though.
We are sending 4.
Is it 4?
We are sending 4.
You're telling me, again, I'm new here. You're telling me that that's a 5th place team? That's an option that's on the table.
You know, they could be, you know. It's kind of weird, right? Because JDG was so good in Split 2, and they just fell off the wagon in Split 3, and they are not a team that we're seriously considering to maybe make Worlds. And Weibo is just a little too inconsistent. So I think IG is like 3rd, 4th, and probably has enough space between them in terms of what they've shown us that we're pretty confident they'll go. But, you know, again, we've had crazy things happen. Team WE, who was 2-9, went on a crazy Split 2 run, and we thought that they were going to catch fire here in Split 3 and be a team that could contend for that 4th place spot, and they're 2-9. So, again, we never really know what's going to happen. We might get an Ekko mid. We got an Ekko mid. You never know what's going to happen.
Good. It was a great Ekko mid. He did a good job. He couldn't quite get it across the line, but there was a show.
He was there. There was an attempt for sure. Yeah, that's really all I can say is we get to see this wonderful outplay from TheShy once again. This guy has to be our MVP, Docda.
It's just generational. If he gets body blocked by the Herald a little bit harder there, it's over. But he prioritizes appropriately, gets out, and the second that he's out and he knows he's out, he can turn back around and start doing the damage. Because again, if you're Rumble and you're walking away, there's no damage there. You have to be facing him. But he gets it done, you know? And is that because he's TheShy, one of the best top laners of all time in history? Maybe. I'm just happy to see him doing well, because I feel like there was a sort of... Obviously, off the back of the Worlds win, people say, oh, he's the best to ever do it. And then I see him again at, like, MSI and at Worlds that year, and it's, ooh, this isn't the same guy. It's not TheShy. That's someone else. But now he's back on it. He's figured it out this time round.
You know the other name he's got. You know, I ain't gonna say it, but everybody knows.
I don't.
Oh, it's the shit. That's what we call him.
I was gonna say the spy because he's like,
no, absolutely not. No, although you know, listen, maybe some espionage tactics when he played Quinn all those years ago and got to the back line.
I love me some Quinn.
Maybe caused a lot of problems, because I remember he got picked a lot on that champion. You know, that guy gets picked off in side lanes like nobody's business.
If someone's picking Quinn today, it's a good day.
That would be crazy. No Quinn. I want to see this champion.
Not in the best of 3.
This champion just flies all around the map, and it's a little too much to handle.
Been reworked yet?
No,
time.
I don't. I don't know, man.
Something.
This champion just kind of exists. We're gonna see who our MVP is. Oh my God! Everybody, show your shock.
Yeah.
It is TheShy. I like the shout for Meiko, because Meiko earlier in the year wasn't playing so hot, but he has really, really turned it around and did play a very good game.
Here's the thing, though. TheShy had, like, one crazy play. Let's go. It was sick. And some reasonably decent ults. But then you're playing Rumble with 8 kills. It plays itself a little bit from there. I felt that Meiko, for the entirety of the game, was just consistently making the right choice. At every possible... When you talk about decision-making in League, are you familiar with the coastline problem? And it's impossible to accurately measure a coast of like a country or, you know, an island or whatever, because you can always zoom in further. If you look at the coast from a satellite, you'd be like, oh, okay, it's like that long. But as you zoom in further, you see more divots, more little cracks. And then as you zoom in further, you can see even between the grains of sand, between the rocks, between the... There's always a little bit more space you can measure. And it's the same with decision-making in League, that you can talk about the greater macro, but, you know, you can talk about item purchases, skill order, or positioning, but every click is a decision. And I'm just saying, Meiko made all of them right, it looked, in that game.
You know what? You have a good point. But the LPL voters made the right decision, and they gave the MVP to TheShy. We're going to go ahead, and we're going to take a short break. Docda's probably going to kill me on the break for having that take. And when we return, we'll see LGD versus EDG. Don't go anywhere. See you soon.